Okay, today's April 29th, 2023. We are at Paul Robeson Park, and we're celebrating his belated birthday, as well as the sculpture Here I Stand, which is right in the background here. And I'm wondering, could you tell us your name?
Sure, my name is Michael Cohen.
And what brought you out today to the event?
I was invited out by Paul and to celebrate public art and art in the public space and Mr. Robeson.
That's terrific. And could you tell us a little bit about your connection to the community?
Yeah, sure. I'm an advisory neighborhood commissioner in Ward 4, specifically 4B07 single member district. And I have also been involved in other various nonprofit initiatives throughout the city and in Ward 4.
That's terrific. And could you tell us, what do you see as the value of the public art in the community? Well, let's start there.
Yeah, sure. So I think public art is super important in terms of engaging the public, in terms of activating space, in terms of being able to bring people together around commonality and common issues and endeavors. I think that public art in the public space can create meaningful conversations, and I think it's just generally good for communities overall.
That's terrific. And could you talk a little bit about this space and maybe the meaning of this particular sculpture for you?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I spend a lot more time up in my area of Ward 4. However, we do come down to Upshur Street area, and we come down to this area in particular. I mean, beautiful sculpture. Love this sculpture. I think it's very cool. There's some other sculptures around the city, and specifically in Ward 4 up around Colorado Avenue that we think are great. And just like the whole feel of this sculpture, the metal, the way it presents, I think is just a really cool sculpture for the community.
That's terrific. Could you tell us a bit about where you would like to see the community be maybe in 5 years, where you think maybe the arts might play a role? I'm a little nervous that dog's going to run into the road.
Yeah, no worries.
Where would you like to further support this work and this kind of work?
Yeah, I mean, I think that art in the public space, when it comes to sort of these active art installations, are really important. So things where kids can play on, kids can engage with, families can engage with, families can have discussions and communication about, I think is super important. I also think in public space and in the middle of public space, I think makes a lot of sense, especially parks and recreation areas. You have to be able to see the art and be able to appreciate it. And also, I always like when there's some sort of, I think having an explanation of what the art is. I'm personally not an artist, so being able to understand what the artist's intention was, whether that is referencing somewhere online or putting it near the art installation itself, is always helpful for non-artists like myself.
Yeah, terrific. And I see you're wearing your Paul Robeson button today. Could you tell us maybe a little bit of your understanding about Paul Robeson and his work, and what some of that message might be for us living today? Yeah.
I mean, my understanding was that Paul was an influential artist, sculptor within the community and throughout the area. It's my understanding that his art was appreciated by the community, and something that neighbors continue on, it being his 125th, I guess would be his 125th birthday, something that neighbors really value and appreciate in terms of what he was trying to accomplish.
Okay, excellent. And then I guess one last thing, you are a very active member of the ANC, obviously. Could you tell us about the role of that kind of political activism as a way to kind of build community? And that's the other piece that Paul Robeson, I think people tie into, is his activism. And I wonder, for you, where do you see the value of that activism for building community? Yeah, I mean,
when it comes to activism, I really appreciate neighborhood engagement. That's a big thing for me. It's important to be, to be able to shout your position and talk about what you believe in. but I think it's more important to be able to talk to neighbors and figure out what they believe in. And so I think the ANC is important in representing the neighbors' interests and the community's interests above an individual's ANC. I may believe one thing, but if my entire community believes something else, it's important to me that I take on those beliefs regardless of what my own individual beliefs are. So I think really, community engagement, neighborhood engagement, being able to listen to neighbors and talk to neighbors and create a real community and put those values forward is an important thing for ANCs to do.
Fabulous. Any last thing you'd like to leave us with?
No, thank you for, I just want to say thank you for doing this event. It's great to be able to meet new people. It's great to be able to come in an area that's outside of my ANC commission boundaries and the single member district that I represent, and meet people in other parts of Ward 4 who are giving back and who are so passionate about Art and Paul Robeson and what he has done for our community.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you bet.